So, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all are doing well on a daily basis. On contact with the session teacher training level 2 in school and learning journey important and the help of the growth and personal professionally in this discussion allow and improve skill and expand and knowledge develop and better understanding of a different topic and continue this journey and discuss another interesting informative topic today topic water scarcity and environment issue. So let's start and towards topic and being and details discuss with ChatGPT and session with explore and valuable information different question and make conservation and more engaged unique insightful we can really best with us and the session we can fully understanding topic and maximum knowledge and from today's discussion. So let's start ChatGPT. So hello ChatGPT, how are you? Hello ChatGPT.
बिल्कुल। अगर आपको इन मसाइल पर मज़ीद तफ़सील चाहिए या किसी ख़ास पहलू पर गहराई से बात करनी है, तो मुझे ज़रूर बताएँ। हम हर सवाल को मज़ीद वाज़ेह कर सकते हैं या अमली हल और हिकमत अमली भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं।
ChatGPT today this topic water scarcity and environment issue. This topic related discussion before explain water scarcity and environment issue.
Water scarcity in Pakistan is really a multi-layered crisis. For agriculture, which is the backbone of the economy, reduced water means lower crop yields, food insecurity, and farmers facing loss of livelihood. Economically, it pushes up food prices, reduces drains public finances. On a daily level, people suffer from limited clean water access, which affects health, hygiene, and overall quality of life. So it really ripples through all aspects of society unless we address it urgently.
Okay, so my first question: how does the climate change changing water reserve and rainfall patterns
That's
in Pakistan?
Exactly. Climate change is really disrupting water reserves by altering rainfall patterns. Some areas get more intense rainfall, while others experience prolonged droughts. Glaciers in Pakistan, especially in the Himalayas, are melting faster, reducing freshwater reserves. So essentially, climate change is both depleting existing water sources and making their availability less predictable.
If water scarcity continues and in Pakistan, what effect will have on food production?
If water scarcity continues in Pakistan, it could be really devastating for food production. Agriculture relies heavily on water, and with less water available, crop yields would drop significantly. Staple crops like wheat, rice, and cotton would be at risk, leading to food shortages, higher prices, and increased food insecurity. Basically, the country's ability to feed itself would be severely compromised, pushing many communities toward hunger and poverty.
Okay, what are the major causes of the water and waste urban area and uh, how can be controlled?
So, the major causes of water wastage in urban areas include things like leaky infrastructure, old pipes that lose water, inefficient usage in households and businesses like over irrigation or washing cars, and sometimes lack of public awareness. To control it, we need better urban planning, investing in modern leak proof water infrastructure, raising public awareness about water conservation, and enforcing stricter regulations on wasteful practices. It's a mix of policy, technology, and community responsibility.
So, how is the storage clean water increasing health problem in Pakistan?
Yeah, absolutely. When clean water is scarce, people are forced to rely on contaminated sources, things like polluted rivers or groundwater. This leads to waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, and diarrhea, which are huge health risks, especially for children. Over time, this weakens overall public health, increases hospital visits, and strains the healthcare system. So it's really a public health emergency.
How is the repeat population and growth making water scarcity and main more dangerous? And how is the deforestation causing environment destruction in Pakistan?
Absolutely. Rapid population growth means more people need water for drinking, farming, and industry. So the demand rises even as resources dwindle. This creates a vicious cycle: more people, more consumption, and less water per capita. At the same time, deforestation is causing major environmental damage. Fewer trees mean less rainfall, more soil erosion, and reduced carbon dioxide sources. So both issues feed into each other, amplifying climate impacts and making water availability even more unpredictable.
Okay, how does environment uh, pollution affect human health and the quality of the life?
Yeah, that's a really important connection. Environmental pollution, like air, water, and soil pollution, can lead to a whole range of health problems. People exposed to polluted air often have respiratory issues like asthma or even cardiovascular diseases. Water contamination can cause gastrointestinal illnesses, and long term exposure to pollutants can even contribute to cancer. All of this lowers the quality of life. People are more sick, they have less productivity, and it just makes day to day living much harder. So the environment really is at the heart of human well being.
And Pakistan, okay, so in Pakistan, current water policy to deal with future challenges and with problems, India water problems.
Pakistan's water policy is facing serious challenges. Per capita water availability has dropped from about 5,000 cubic meters in 1950 to under 860 today, driven by climate change, population growth, and outdated infrastructure. Rising, especially as India questions the Indus Waters Treaty, potentially putting Pakistan's water security at risk during crucial growing seasons. Without stronger implementation of reforms, the water crisis could deepen dramatically.
What dangerous consequences can result from exercise and use underground water?
Yeah, so over extraction of underground water can have some serious consequences. It can lead to the depletion of aquifers, meaning those water sources could run dry. Over time, this can cause land subsidence. Basically, the ground sinks. Plus, when we pull too much water from below, it can cause seawater intrusion in coastal areas, meaning salty water contaminates fresh supplies. So it's really a slow moving crisis unless we take action.
Okay, so how can environment problems negatively affecting Pakistan economy if water scarcity is not controlled and would future wars occur in our water?
Yeah, it's a really serious chain reaction. If we don't control water scarcity, the economy will suffer because agriculture and industry depends so much on water. Reduced crop yields mean lower food production, which drives up imports, costs, and inflation. Investment also dries up because businesses fear instability. And yes, if water scarcity escalates, it could even lead to regional tensions and potential conflicts over water for fueling a cycle of economic decline and insecurity. So it's really critical to act now.
Okay, what role youth play in environment protection and modern technology can government use for water conservation?
Yeah, so youth have a huge role. They can raise awareness, advocate for policy change, and even lead community initiatives like water saving campaigns or tree planting drives. As for the government, modern technology is a game changer. Things like smart meters to monitor water use, AI driven predictive models to forecast droughts or floods, and even automated irrigation systems. If all that's combined with solid policies, it could make a huge difference in conserving water.
Okay, how can a balance be created between industrial development and environment protection?
That's a really delicate balance, but it's possible with intentional planning. Governments can set strict environmental standards for industries, things like requiring cleaner technologies, recycling wastewater, and using energy efficiently. At the same time, we need to promote green industries like renewable energy or sustainable manufacturing, so growth doesn't come at the cost of the environment. It's all about long term vision and smart regulation.
Okay, are education institute properly playing and they are role creating environment awareness?
They're trying, but there's a lot more potential. Some schools have introduced environmental science courses, green clubs, and even hands on sustainability projects. But many institutions still focus on traditional subjects, so we need more integration, making environmental education a core part of curricula. That way, the next generation really internalizes the need to protect their environment. That's a great question. On a practical level, we can all reduce water waste at home, things like fixing leaks, using water efficient appliances, and avoiding unnecessary water use. We can also cut down on single use plastics, recycle, and support local environmental initiatives. Even small daily habits like conserving energy make a big difference in protecting both water and the environment. Yeah, it really hits rural areas hard. In many villages, people have to walk long distances just to collect water. And when it's scarce, it affects everything from cooking and drinking to farming. Lack of water means less irrigation, so crop yields drop, incomes fall, and poverty deepens. It also means health suffers, more waterborne diseases, poor sanitation, so daily life becomes a constant struggle. Rainwater harvesting is really crucial because it helps capture and store the monsoon or seasonal rains, which can then be used during dry periods. In a country like Pakistan, where water supply is increasingly unreliable, rainwater harvesting can provide a supplemental source for drinking, irrigation, or even recharging groundwater. It's a simple, cost effective solution that can help communities become more water resilient. Of course, here are 10 key points on how we can control water scarcity and environmental problems. 1. Improve water infrastructure to prevent leaks and losses. 2. Implement rainwater harvesting systems in urban and rural areas. 3. Promote water efficient irrigation methods like drip or sprinkler systems. 4. Raise public awareness about water conservation practices. 5. Enforce regulations to control industrial water waste and pollution. Invest in wastewater treatment and recycling facilities. 7. Protect and restore wetlands and natural water bodies. 8. Adapt agricultural practices to drought resistant crops. 9. Foster regional cooperation and shared water resources, especially with India. 10. Incorporate environmental education at all levels to build a sustainable mindset. By integrating these steps, we can really tackle both water and environmental challenges. Of course. I'd love to keep exploring this with you. Is there a particular angle you'd like to dive into? Maybe focusing on rural solutions, policy, or perhaps tech innovations in water conservation? Just let me know and I'll bring in more detail.